And now we welcome local author Cheryl Johnson. She's here to talk to us about her book. It's called, it's called Backyard Critters and Creatures. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
I got that title right.
There you did, absolutely.
And Cheryl, you are a local marketer and photographer, and your photography has taken you into the world of publishing.
It has. It's very unexpectedly. But when you're sitting with literally thousands and thousands of photos, as a photographer, you look for things to do with them. And I sort of fell into children's book publishing, and it has been just the best adventure.
Where has it taken you? I imagine you go on book tour.
I have not done a lot of tours. I've written 8 children's books. 4 have been traditionally published, and the latest 4 I'm self-publishing. I like to control, I like to do things with them, I like to travel, I like to do signings, and I just have more opportunities as a self-publisher to do that.
To do the signings. Well, I love how you incorporate elements of education, a bit of a curriculum, if I may, to these books. What was that like, developing those?
Well, when I wrote the first 4 books, I wrote them very quickly without a real clear path on what I was going to do. And those ones were the ones picked up by the publisher. And as I moved forward, I really took a step back and thought, I need to re-examine the content of these. What's going to be my hook? Why should parents care? Why should kids care? Why should teachers care? Because I really want to get into the schools with them and do school presentations and that sort. So I revised the curriculum, or I revised the content on my 4 self-published books to align with the elementary school science curriculum in a fun way. So I went through the TEKS content and pulled out the terms and the concept that they were trying to do with that, and worked that content into the books.
Wow, so you were very intentional.
Very intentional, yes.
About designing this and making sure it would align with Texas public education.
And be fun. One of the things I've noticed, so I published my first book in 2019. So one of the things I've noticed when I go out and I meet with people is kids love nature. They just love nature. And it should be fun. And so I wanted to develop a product that was not only educational, but really interesting. For example, I put with all of the creatures that I do a fun fact. And there's a bug, it's called an assassin bug. And it stings its prey and poisons it, and it injects a poison that liquefies its insides. And then it slurps it up, like drinking out of a straw. So I talk in the book, you know, what's a creature that will drink its prey will drink its meal like you're drinking a malt. And the boys love that. The boys just absolutely love it. So things like that the kids can relate to, and we'll meet them on their level in a way to engage and hopefully encourage them to develop a lifelong love of nature.
Well, it's kind of like where the imagination of science fiction meets reality, meets, you know, the true facts that are out there. I
will tell you, when I started doing macro photography, which is what got this book going, and seeing some of these creatures up close, I thought, no wonder science fiction producers, this is where they get their ideas from. Insects are scary.
They're scary, and their worlds are so interesting, and I think that's that helps so much. Look, and you compare the weight of a raccoon to 2 gallons of milk. She has it all spelled out here.
Yes.
How friendly and fun, and children, they love animals and learning about bugs especially.
They do, and it's funny about the weights. That's the one comment I get from the books, is that the parents particularly, and the kids love it, that I relate the weight to in a way that kids can understand. You know, this bird weighs as much as 10 jelly beans. They get that.
Those everyday things.
Yes, very much.
Well, congratulations on your recent award.
Thank you.
We look forward to more work.
Thank you.
Coming out of your office, and we hope to see more photos too. Thank you so much, Cheryl.
Wonderful. Thank you again for having me.
All right. Well, coming up, don't go anywhere. We hear from